Hey there guys, thanks for tuning in. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 extremely effective ways to improve your speech as a skill. Now, when I say speech as a skill, I'm talking about public speaking, but also being able to speak calmly and effectively in stressful situations. So, if you have a speech coming up soon, or you have to do any kind of public speaking soon, perhaps you have a new job that's going to involve you doing a lot of public speaking, this video is going to really help you out. Please watch this video till the end, because I promise you there's going to be some things in here that you haven't heard before, and some things that are really going to help you. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Tip number 1 is an extremely important tip, and that is to breathe in and speak from your diaphragm. What am I talking about? Why is that important? Well, if you are chest breathing and you're up on a stage and you're speaking in front of people and you're speaking from your chest, you are immediately setting yourself up for failure. And this is because when you breathe into your diaphragm, that calms down the sympathetic nervous system, and that has to deal with the fight or flight response in our brains. And of course, if you are chest breathing and you're speaking out of your chest, that is going to prepare you to run from the situation. That's certainly not what you want to do. So instantly and immediately, when you are breathing into your diaphragm, that's going to signal to your brain, that's going to prepare your body for a fighting response as opposed to a flight or running response. And when you breathe into your diaphragm, it also gives you a calmer and deeper sounding voice, which is very good. Even if you're a woman, you might not want a deeper voice, but having a deeper voice is going to sound calmer. It's going to make your audience feel calmer. So that's a very good thing. All right. Tip number 2 is to speak loudly. Okay. When you are going up there in front of a large group of people and you're of course feeling very nervous, which is normal because you're human. Something that happens to people a lot, or I should say a subconscious default that takes place, is people will speak very quietly, okay? Because when we're nervous and we're feeling cautious and feeling shy or apprehensive in any sense, we're not going to be speaking loudly, okay? So when you do speak loudly, that's going to subconsciously trick people into thinking that you're confident and that you're not nervous, okay? They're not going to perceive you as being nervous, which is very helpful, okay? So these first 2 tips already are all about making you appear not nervous, okay? Which is very useful and very good, because I think a lot of people make the mistake in their head before they go up and give a speech that they think, all right, I need to not feel nervous, and I have to somehow make myself not feel nervous so that when I get up there, I'm not going to appear nervous, because that'd be the end of the world if people see me as nervous, right? But these first 2 tips allow you to feel nervous. Your heart can be beating out of your chest. You can feel like you're just having a heart attack. You can be sweating bullets. Your hands can be sweating. You can be shivering. Having all those nervous physical responses. But no one's gonna notice because you're hiding it. You're effectively hiding it. Okay. Okay. And tip number 3 is to speak slowly. Okay. This is something that's very difficult to get used to and difficult to consciously think about, and you will catch yourself speaking too quickly all the time. But why is it important to speak slowly? Well, similar to the first 2 tips, this will trick your audience into thinking that you're not nervous. I.e., you can feel nervous, but you won't appear nervous, okay? So anytime that you're speaking in front of people, or you're just having a conversation with your friends or whatever, practice speaking slowly, okay? This does a couple very important things. Number 1, it will make it easier for the person listening to you to understand everything that you're saying. And it's going to be, you will hold their attention span longer, okay? Because you're not going to lose them as quickly, all right? Think about when you're talking to your buddies, or you're just talking to anyone, or you're watching someone speak on TV, on the news, a lot of the things that they're saying just kind of go in one ear and out the other because they're talking so fast, because they're being timed. They're news reporters and they have to finish everything at a certain time. But when you speak slowly, that gives people time to listen to you, and they will immediately feel relaxed and like they're not in a hurry, and like they could sit there and listen to you all day. Okay. So tip number 3 is to speak slowly. All right. Now, I know I said in this video that I was only going to have 3 tips to help you out, but those are going to be my 3 main tips. Feel free to stay till the end of the video because I'm going to give a couple of bonus tips here, okay? Alright, now my first bonus tip, or tip number 4, okay, has to do everything with body language, okay? Keeping with the theme of not appearing nervous while being allowed to feel nervous, is that the way that you portray your body language says a lot, okay? But it's not complicated, all right? It only involves one muscle group, really, okay? And that is your trap muscles and your shoulders, okay? As well as your posture, things like that. But if you look at anybody who's nervous, one of the dead giveaways right off the bat that this person is nervous is that their shoulders are going to be high up, like this, right? And they're going to be in a defensive position. They look cautious and like they're getting ready for you to hit them or something, okay? And that is the fight or flight response. That is the body getting ready for a perceived threat that it thinks is there, right? So what you need to do off the bat, while you're talking slower and you're talking louder and you're doing all those things, is to depress and relax your shoulders, okay? Stay with good posture, like a rooster, with your chest out. You want to look confident, but at the same time, you don't want your shoulders up because you're going to appear nervous, okay? So you want your shoulders back and you want your shoulders depressed, okay? You probably noticed in this video that I've had my shoulders relaxed the whole time because this is something that I've been practicing for years, something I'm always aware of. I'm very conscious of my posture and my body language. And you'll notice when you work on your body language and you're talking with someone that you will make them feel relaxed, okay? They can approach you and you can start to initiate the conversation, and perhaps they're feeling nervous because they might have social anxiety, or they might not be ready to talk to someone at that point in the day, so they're going to be kind of in that guarding position, right? But you'll notice that when you depress your shoulders, or perhaps you kind of put one arm up like this, or you have your arms out to the side, you have a relaxed pose, that's going to make them feel relaxed. You'll see their muscles kind of start to relax too, and they'll think, okay, I can talk to this guy all day. I feel relaxed around this guy, right? He's not talking quickly. He doesn't sound nervous, and this is great. I can have a conversation with this person, and I feel totally at ease, right? So this is a win-win situation. This is hitting 2 birds with 1 stone. Using these tips, you're making yourself feel more relaxed, and you're making your audience feel more relaxed, or the person that you're talking to feel more relaxed, okay? Now, I mentioned in the beginning of the video that perhaps you can have a job that involves having to speak calmly and effectively in stressful situations, right? Perfect example would be a police officer, or perhaps you're a Navy SEAL, things like that, whatever it is, where you're in very high stress situations and you need to be able to talk to people effectively and also appear and sound calm, okay? And if you use these 4 tips that I've given you already, it's going to really, really help you out. But as I've talked about in some of my previous videos, a very, very effective technique that Navy SEALs in specific use is square breathing, right? Where you are breathing into your diaphragm for 4 seconds, you hold it for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, and then hold that for 4 seconds, just like a square. That's going to really, really help you out, okay? But Okay, so yeah, that is all the information that I have to share in this video. I really wanted to make this video because I have been using these techniques for years. I've been aware of these techniques for years, but as is with the cursive knowledge, you can know a lot of really good information and you assume that everybody else knows it too, right? But that's not the case. So I feel it as my responsibility to share things with other people that have helped me, because that is part of my legacy. You know, if a meteorite hits me in the head, or something happens to me, you know, you never know. I want to be able to leave things behind that can help people, right? So yeah, practice all the things in this video and be mindful of the things that I talk about in this video. And I'd be very, very surprised if you still have problems public speaking when you practice them, okay? Think to yourself very hard, okay? Have you ever seen a nervous person who had relaxed shoulders, who was talking slowly, who was talking loudly, you know, who was doing all those things? Have you ever seen a nervous person doing that? No, of course not, right? But like I said, you can be as nervous as you want, you know, just be as nervous as you've ever been before, but as long as you're practicing these tips, no one's gonna know it, no one's gonna notice, and you're gonna absolutely smash your public speech, okay? Now, with public speaking, the last thing that I want to say, okay, is that you never want to go off the cuff when you're giving a public speech or a presentation, right? You always want to practice, okay? Because even if you practice all these tips, okay, you're gonna run into some problems with, you know, what you're actually gonna say if you don't practice, okay? So before every public speech, always practice, okay? At least a couple times, okay? But alright, that's it for this video, and God bless you and your families. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.